Most men over 60 have no idea that just 1 tablespoon of something already sitting in their kitchen cabinet, something as simple as olive oil, could be the turning point for their heart, brain, digestion, and even their joints. Not a drug, not a supplement, just pure extra virgin olive oil taken on an empty stomach. And yet, once they try it, many of them report surprising changes in just a matter of days. It's not hype, it's science. And it's something you need to hear before another morning passes. My name is Dr. Mohit Khera. I've spent over 3 decades as a physician specializing in men's health, working with thousands of men across America to help them reclaim energy, vitality, and clarity, often without medication. In my years of clinical experience, I've seen simple, natural practices outperform complex treatments time and time again, and this is one of them. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can something as ordinary as olive oil make such a difference? That's exactly what I want to show you, because what happens inside your body when you drink olive oil on an empty stomach is extraordinary. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 9 specific, science-backed benefits that begin unfolding when you make this one small habit part of your daily routine. And stay with me until the very end, because the last benefit is one most doctors don't talk about, but it may be the most important one of all. Before we dive in, if you're serious about taking control of your health after 60, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss the simple, powerful tips I share every week. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. Your feedback helps me serve you better. All right. Let's begin with the very first change your body may experience when you start drinking olive oil on an empty stomach. And for men over 60, this one can be life-changing. It begins with your heart. 1. Your heart becomes stronger and more protected. The moment you drink a spoonful of extra virgin olive oil on an empty stomach, something powerful begins to happen deep inside your body, starting with your heart. For men over 60, heart health is not just a concern. It's often the #1 factor that determines how long and how well you live. And yet, so many men overlook the simple, natural tools that could make all the difference. Olive oil, especially when taken first thing in the morning, goes to work by reducing silent inflammation in your arteries, the very inflammation that can lead to clogged vessels, high blood pressure, and eventually heart attacks or strokes. But it doesn't stop there. The rich compounds in extra virgin olive oil help protect your LDL cholesterol from oxidizing, which is one of the first steps in plaque formation. That means your arteries stay cleaner, your blood flows more freely, and your heart doesn't have to work as hard to do its job. In fact, multiple studies have shown that consistent olive oil intake can lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, improve endothelial function, that's the lining of your blood vessels, and reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 30%. These aren't minor improvements. These are changes that can literally extend your life. For older men who may already be on medications, the beauty of olive oil is that it supports your body naturally without adding side effects or complications. It complements your existing treatments. It strengthens your system from within. And over time, that small morning habit becomes a shield, quietly protecting your heart from the daily wear and tear of age, stress, and time. But perhaps the most encouraging feedback I get from my patients is how they begin to feel. More energy, fewer episodes of chest tightness, the ability to take walks again without fatigue. One man in his late 60s told me, "Doctor, I haven't felt this calm and steady in years. My heart doesn't race like it used to. I feel grounded again." That's the power of nourishing your body in a way that works with it, not against it. Now imagine this. If just 1 tablespoon each morning can do all this for your heart, what else might it do for the rest of your body? Because the second benefit may surprise you. It has to do with something you feel every single day, whether you realize it or not. And it could be the root cause of many problems men face as they age. Let's talk about it. If you're still here and finding these insights valuable, type the number 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. Your feedback means a lot. Now, let's keep going. What comes next might just surprise you. 2. Inflammation begins to fade. While you may not see it or even feel it at first, inflammation is one of the most dangerous processes happening silently in the body as we age. It's the hidden fire beneath so many of the chronic health issues men face after 60: joint pain, fatigue, weight gain, heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. But here's the good news. That same morning spoonful of olive oil that begins strengthening your heart is also one of the most powerful, natural anti-inflammatories available to you, especially when taken on an empty stomach. Inside extra virgin olive oil is a rare compound called oleocanthal. Researchers have found that it acts in the body very much like ibuprofen, except it's completely natural and without the risks that come from over-the-counter medications. What it does is lower the levels of inflammatory enzymes that fuel pain, stiffness, swelling, and long-term tissue damage. In plain terms, it helps calm the fire that may be burning in your joints, your blood vessels, your muscles, and even your brain. Many of my patients have been surprised by how quickly they begin to notice subtle changes. A little less stiffness getting out of bed, knees that don't ache as much going up the stairs, hands that feel more flexible, less tight. Even men with long-term arthritis have reported improvements after just a few weeks of daily use. While olive oil isn't a miracle cure, it is a daily act of healing, supporting your body's natural ability to restore balance and reduce inflammation where it's needed most. And remember, chronic inflammation doesn't just cause physical pain, it affects your energy, your immune system, and even your mood. Reducing it can lead to better sleep, sharper thinking, and more ease in your everyday movement. And as your inflammation fades, something even more important starts happening. You begin to reclaim the freedom that pain may have stolen from you over the years. That freedom shows up in ways you might not expect. You move more, you rest better, you smile more, and most importantly, you start feeling more in control of your health again. But as powerful as that sounds, what if I told you there's another benefit that goes even deeper? One that affects how your body breaks down food, absorbs nutrients, and even eliminates waste. A benefit that could be the reason you've been feeling bloated, sluggish, or uncomfortable for years without even realizing the cause. Let's explore exactly what happens to your digestion when olive oil is the first thing your body receives each morning. 3. Your digestion gets a natural tune-up. For many older men, digestion becomes a daily frustration. Bloating, gas, constipation, and that uncomfortable heaviness after meals often get dismissed as just part of aging. But in truth, these are signs that your digestive system is working harder than it should, often with less and less efficiency. What most men don't realize is that drinking a tablespoon of olive oil on an empty stomach each morning may gently reset that system and help it function the way it was designed to. The moment that olive oil touches your stomach lining, it begins to form a protective coating. This isn't just soothing, it actively prepares your gut to handle the day ahead. It encourages bile production from the liver, which is essential for breaking down fats and absorbing key nutrients. It also helps relax the muscles of your digestive tract, promoting smoother, more regular bowel movements and reducing the strain that can come with constipation. Olive oil also stimulates peristalsis, the wave-like movements that keep food and waste flowing smoothly through your intestines. For men over 60, this can mean less pressure, less cramping, and far more comfortable digestion overall. Many of my patients report that within a week of adding olive oil to their morning routine, they experience fewer digestive upsets, feel lighter after meals, and finally find some relief from years of irregularity. And there's something deeper at play here. A healthy digestive system doesn't just process food, it absorbs life. Your nutrients, your energy, your immune strength all begin in the gut. When digestion is sluggish, your body simply cannot access the full power of what you eat. But when you support it, naturally and consistently, you unlock a level of health and energy that most men haven't felt in years. Some patients have even told me their appetite improved, not in the sense of overeating, but in finally feeling hungry in a healthy, balanced way. That's because when your stomach, liver, and intestines begin working in harmony, your entire system feels more at ease. You absorb more of what you need and eliminate more of what you don't. It's not just about comfort, it's about efficiency. And at this stage of life, efficiency means everything. But while better digestion can make your days more pleasant, there's something far more powerful waiting just ahead. Because what if this same daily spoonful could not only protect your body, but also sharpen your mind? What if olive oil could cross into your brain and begin reversing one of the most feared effects of aging? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn may change how you think about brain health forever. If you're still watching and these insights are resonating with you, drop a number 1 in the comments so I know you're here and engaged. Now, let's continue with point number 4. It's one you won't want to miss. 4. Your brain becomes sharper. As we age, one of the most common fears among men isn't physical, it's mental. The fear of forgetting names, misplacing simple things, losing our train of thought mid-sentence. It's that quiet worry that our mind might not stay as sharp as our body. And while memory decline is often accepted as part of getting older, science is now showing us that there are ways to fight back. And one of the most surprising allies in this battle is extra virgin olive oil. When you drink olive oil on an empty stomach, you're not just supporting your heart and digestion. You're giving your brain access to powerful compounds, like polyphenols and healthy monounsaturated fats, that have been shown to protect and nourish brain cells. These nutrients help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain, both of which are key contributors to cognitive decline. But perhaps even more fascinating is olive oil's effect on something called beta-amyloid plaques. These are sticky clumps that build up between neurons and are strongly associated with Alzheimer's disease. In recent studies, researchers discovered that olive oil appears to help the brain clear out these plaques more effectively. It supports a natural detox process within the brain that keeps neural pathways cleaner, sharper, and more responsive. I've had men in their 70s and 80s tell me that after just a few weeks of starting this habit, they feel more focused. Conversations flow easier. They're remembering small details again, the names of old friends, where they put the keys, the exact word they were reaching for, and perhaps most importantly, they feel a renewed sense of confidence in their mind. This isn't magic. It's biology working the way it should when given the right support. The brain is incredibly complex, but it's also surprisingly responsive when inflammation is reduced and blood flow is improved. Olive oil contributes to both. It's not a replacement for mental exercise or healthy habits, but it's a powerful addition, a foundation for better cognitive function that begins with just one intentional spoonful each morning. And when your mind is clear, everything else feels possible. You interact more fully, solve problems more easily, and engage with life on a deeper level. Mental sharpness isn't just about memory, it's about dignity, presence, and independence. But what if, in addition to supporting your mind, this same daily habit could help you manage something many men struggle with silently: your weight? Because what comes next might completely shift the way you think about fat, metabolism, and what your body is truly capable of at any age. Let's uncover the truth. 5. Your weight may begin to drop or stabilize. For many men over 60, managing weight becomes a quiet struggle. Even if you're eating less than before or walking regularly, the scale refuses to move, or worse, it creeps up slowly over time. And that stubborn belly fat? It doesn't seem to care how disciplined you are. But what if the problem isn't how much you're eating, but rather how your body is processing what you eat? This is where olive oil, despite being a fat itself, begins to work in a surprising and powerful way. When you drink extra virgin olive oil on an empty stomach, your body receives a clean, healthy source of monounsaturated fat. This fat doesn't just sit in your system, it actually helps your metabolism function more efficiently. It reduces blood sugar spikes, curbs unnecessary cravings, and keeps you feeling full longer after meals. That means you naturally eat less without feeling deprived or exhausted. Olive oil also supports the release of GLP-1, a hormone involved in satiety and blood sugar control. This little-known process can be a game-changer for older men because it helps the body regulate appetite in a way that's gentle but effective. Instead of reaching for snacks in the late afternoon or overeating at dinner, you start making more intuitive choices, and your body thanks you for it. In fact, several clinical studies have shown that Mediterranean-style diets rich in olive oil are associated with better weight management and lower waist circumference, even without calorie restriction. Why? Because olive oil helps reduce inflammation in fat cells, lowers insulin resistance, and keeps your internal systems balanced, all of which are key to sustainable weight control. Some of my patients have been stunned by what happens after 2 or 3 weeks. One man told me, "I didn't change much else, but my pants started fitting better, my stomach felt less bloated, I didn't feel heavy after meals anymore." And that sense of lightness isn't just physical, it affects your confidence, your movement, and even your motivation to keep going. This is not about chasing the body you had at 30, it's about reclaiming the strength, agility, and energy you deserve at 60 and beyond. And it starts by giving your body better tools, not starving it, not punishing it, but feeding it smart, healing fuel. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Because while olive oil helps shape your outer body, it's also quietly protecting one of your most vital male organs, one that affects your sleep, your confidence, and your daily comfort more than you might admit. What happens next could make a major difference in how you feel as a man. Let's talk about your prostate. 6. Your prostate gets a layer of defense. As men grow older, few things affect daily life as quietly and persistently as prostate issues. You may find yourself waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night just to use the bathroom. That urgent feeling, the weak stream, the discomfort, it begins to wear on you. And while most men accept it as just another part of aging, the truth is, your prostate may be calling out for help. What's encouraging is that olive oil, yes, that same daily tablespoon, may offer the support your prostate needs to stay calm, balanced, and strong. The prostate is a small gland, but it plays a big role in everything from urinary flow to sexual health. As it becomes inflamed or enlarged with age, it presses on the urethra and begins to disrupt normal function. But olive oil, with its potent anti-inflammatory compounds and hormone-balancing properties, can help reduce that silent swelling. By lowering systemic inflammation and supporting healthier testosterone to estrogen ratios, olive oil creates a more stable environment for the prostate. Men who add olive oil to their morning routine often report more control, fewer nighttime interruptions, and an easier, more complete flow. It's not a magic fix, but it's a step in the right direction, one that doesn't come with the side effects of medication or the anxiety of waiting for worsening symptoms. And it's not just about comfort. Prostate inflammation, if left unchecked, can lead to more serious complications. Taking proactive steps early, before things escalate, can make a world of difference. There's also growing research that the antioxidants in olive oil may help protect against cellular damage in the prostate, reducing oxidative stress that contributes to both benign enlargement and potentially even prostate cancer. While more studies are ongoing, what we know today is enough to recommend olive oil as a daily ally in protecting one of the most important parts of a man's body. One of my patients, a retired firefighter in his 70s, shared that he hadn't had a full night's sleep in over a decade, until 3 weeks into his new morning habit. He told me, "It's not just that I sleep better. I feel calmer. I'm not constantly worried about the next trip to the bathroom." That kind of peace is priceless. And when your nights become restful again, everything else begins to improve. Your energy, your mood, your strength. But while supporting your prostate is essential, there's another part of aging that olive oil touches in a way most men don't expect. It has to do with movement, how your body feels when you get out of bed, how your knees respond when you stand, how your hands flex when you grip. Because up next, we're going to talk about how this golden oil could become your secret weapon against joint stiffness and morning pain. Let's keep going. 7. Your joints feel more fluid and flexible. There's a certain stiffness that seems to creep in as we get older. Maybe it starts in the knees or in the fingers when you first wake up. Maybe it's the quiet ache in your hips when you stand after sitting too long. For many men over 60, these little discomforts become daily companions. Quiet reminders that your joints aren't what they used to be, but they don't have to be permanent, because that same spoonful of extra virgin olive oil, taken every morning on an empty stomach, may hold one of the simplest keys to more fluid, pain-free movement. Olive oil is rich in polyphenols and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the joints, while its healthy fats nourish the tissues that keep those joints moving smoothly. Over time, wear and tear, cartilage thinning, and chronic inflammation can cause the joints to stiffen, grind, and lose their natural shock absorption. But olive oil's natural compounds may help slow this process, reduce oxidative stress, and preserve what cushioning remains, especially in weight-bearing joints like the knees, hips, and lower back. When your joints are supported and inflammation is dialed down, you begin to feel the difference in everyday moments, tying your shoes, bending to pick something up, standing from a chair. You may not think about these small actions now, but when they become easier, life becomes lighter. Even more impressive, some patients have shared that regular use of olive oil helped ease symptoms of arthritis when used alongside a healthy diet and light movement. There's also evidence that the vitamin E in olive oil plays a role in protecting cartilage and connective tissues, which tend to wear down with age. It works quietly, supporting your body's natural ability to maintain joint health, without the burden of harsh medications or constant reliance on painkillers. It's not about making your joints feel like they did at 25, but about giving them the daily support they need to keep you independent, mobile, agile, and confident in your own body. One man in his late 60s told me, "I used to plan my day around avoiding stairs. Now, I don't even think twice. I just move." That's the freedom that comes from reducing the silent friction inside your body, the kind that slowly chips away at your energy and motivation. But while joints are about mobility, the next benefit goes even deeper, into the hidden battles your body is fighting right now, even if you feel fine. Because believe it or not, your body is constantly defending itself against harmful bacteria. And up next, you'll discover how olive oil may quietly strengthen your immune system, starting in the most surprising place of all, your gut. Let's take a closer look. 8. Your body fights bacteria more effectively. You may not think about it often, but your body is fighting battles every single day, quiet battles against bacteria, toxins, and hidden threats that try to weaken your immune system. And as you age, your natural defenses don't respond as quickly or as powerfully as they once did. That's why even minor infections can take longer to heal, or why something like food poisoning or a stomach bug feels harder to bounce back from. But here's something many men don't realize. When you drink extra virgin olive oil on an empty stomach, you're giving your body a natural boost in that ongoing fight. Olive oil contains a range of powerful antimicrobial compounds, including phenols and squalene, which have been shown to combat harmful bacteria in the gut, one of the most important battlegrounds in your entire body. Among the most dangerous is a bacterium called Helicobacter pylori, known to cause stomach ulcers and even increase the risk of stomach cancer. Early research shows that olive oil may help inhibit the growth of this bacteria, especially when consumed consistently before food enters the stomach. But this isn't just about one type of bacteria. Your gut is home to trillions of microorganisms, some helpful, some harmful. When the balance is off, it can affect everything from your digestion to your immune strength to your mood. Olive oil helps restore that balance. By reducing inflammation and promoting the growth of beneficial gut flora, it creates a healthier environment where your body can absorb nutrients more effectively and defend itself more efficiently. Over time, this added layer of defense doesn't just make you feel better, it can protect you from bigger issues, fewer infections, less bloating, better digestion, and, perhaps most importantly, a stronger immune response that keeps you active and engaged in life, not sidelined by frequent health setbacks. For men over 60, this level of protection becomes more valuable with each passing year. One of my patients once told me, "I used to get sick every winter, like clockwork. But after a few months of changing my morning routine, including olive oil, I noticed I felt steadier, stronger, like my body wasn't as vulnerable as it used to be." That kind of strength, the kind that works silently in the background, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. And while protecting your body from illness is critical, there's one more benefit that may be the most important of all, especially if you've ever felt like your energy has faded, your drive has dulled, or your sense of vitality just isn't what it used to be. Because this final benefit is about something deeper. It's about feeling fully alive again. Let's talk about what that looks like. 9. You wake up feeling more vital, more you. There's a kind of fatigue that goes deeper than just feeling tired. It's not just about needing more sleep or an afternoon nap. It's the kind of weariness that slowly creeps in over the years, dulling your motivation, flattening your mood, and making you feel like a quieter, smaller version of yourself. Many men over 60 feel it but can't quite describe it. They just know something is missing. Energy, sharpness, drive, that spark that once defined them. But here's what I've seen time and time again. When you begin supporting your body with the right daily habits, like taking olive oil first thing in the morning, something starts to shift. It's subtle at first. You might find yourself getting out of bed a little more easily, moving through your morning with a bit more clarity. You might notice your mood is steadier, your reactions calmer, and your thoughts more focused. That sense of mental fog begins to lift. The scattered energy, the dull mornings, the slow starts, they begin to fade, and in their place, you start feeling more like yourself again. Why does this happen? Because olive oil doesn't just work on one part of your body. It supports multiple systems at once. It improves blood flow, nourishes your brain, soothes inflammation, regulates digestion, and balances hormones. Over time, those little improvements begin to add up. You're not just healthier, you feel it. You carry yourself differently. You engage with life more fully, and those around you start to notice. One of my longtime patients, now in his early 70s, said it best. I didn't realize how far away from myself I had gotten until I started to feel like me again, like the man I used to be. That's the kind of transformation that can't be measured with just numbers. It's a return to strength, presence, and confidence. Not because of some expensive treatment or complicated plan, but because of one small, consistent act each morning. This is what I love most about olive oil. It's not a quick fix. It's a quiet, reliable partner in helping you become more aligned with who you truly are, clearer, stronger, and more alive than you've felt in years. It reconnects you with your natural vitality, reminding your body of what it's capable of when given the right support. And now that you've seen all 9 benefits, the real question becomes, how do you start? What's the easiest way to add this into your routine and see results you can feel? In the final part of this video, I'll guide you step by step on how to begin this simple, powerful practice starting tomorrow morning. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Conclusion. Sometimes it's the smallest shifts in our daily routine that create the biggest impact over time. 1 spoonful, that's all it takes. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, taken on an empty stomach each morning, can quietly begin to restore what years of stress, inflammation, and wear have tried to take from you. And the beauty of it is, you don't need to overhaul your entire life. You don't need a dozen pills or complicated regimens. You simply need to commit to a consistent act of care, one that speaks directly to your heart, your mind, your gut, your joints, and your sense of vitality. Think back on what we've covered. That small spoonful begins by protecting your heart, easing the strain, improving circulation, lowering blood pressure. Then it moves inward, reducing the inflammation that quietly damages your joints, your muscles, and even your brain. It supports smoother digestion, helping you absorb nutrients more efficiently and eliminate waste more comfortably. It sharpens your memory, supports mental clarity, and may even help push back against cognitive decline. It regulates your weight naturally, without force or restriction, just by working with your body's natural rhythm. It defends your prostate, giving you peace at night and confidence during the day. It lubricates your joints so you move easier, with less resistance and more grace. It strengthens your body's immune defense against harmful bacteria. And perhaps most important of all, it slowly helps you feel like yourself again. That's the power of giving your body what it truly needs. Not something synthetic or artificial, but something deeply natural and healing. Olive oil has been used for thousands of years for a reason. It's simple, it's pure, and when used with purpose, it works. So how do you begin? Start tomorrow morning. Choose a high-quality extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed, unrefined, golden in color. Pour 1 tablespoon and drink it before anything else touches your stomach. Do it daily. Give your body a few days, then a few weeks. And pay attention, not just to the scale or your blood pressure readings, but to how you feel, how your body moves, how your mind thinks, how your energy shows up. I've seen this habit transform lives, not overnight, but quietly, steadily. And I believe it can do the same for you, because no matter your age, your body still wants to heal, your cells still want to serve you, your heart, your brain, your muscles, they haven't given up. They're just waiting for the right signal, and that signal can start with one very simple choice. So why not give yourself that chance? You deserve it. You've earned it. And the best part is, it starts with just 1 spoon. If this video brought you value, inspired you, or gave you something to think about, please take a moment to like it. That small gesture helps more men like you discover this life-changing information. Share it with a friend, a brother, or someone you care about. Sometimes, one video is all it takes to start a healthier chapter in someone's life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know if you've tried olive oil in the morning, or if you're planning to start tomorrow. Your story might encourage someone else to take the first step. And if you believe in this message and want to support the time, research, and care that goes into creating these health videos, feel free to donate using the link below. Every contribution helps me continue producing content that's honest, practical, and made with your well-being in mind. Thank you for being here. You're not alone on this journey, and I'll be right here, week after week, to walk it with you. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and take care of the body that takes care of you.